who have authority, the people who are already in positions of leadership, who are saying they're just not ready. Those are the people who are buying into all of the negative stereotypes about millennials. You know the ones, you see them in the news every single day. Well, I've got a different set of words, and they go like this. Climate change, gender equality, global hunger, domestic violence, human trafficking, poverty, illiteracy, democracy, protecting free speech, and the role of free press. So I don't want you to wait. Nope. I don't think we have the luxury of time. We need a whole new brand of leadership in our world. We've lost our way. We are worshiping false gods on social media, and we're electing too many bullies who steal pulpits and spew hate and cause divisiveness. We need intelligence. We need moral clarity. We need people who understand that you can get things done by also respecting people and listening with people, and we can drive humanity forward together. And I think that talent is right in front of us. You see, millennials are going to make up a whopping 75% of our workforce by the year 2025. That's right around the corner. And we have not yet figured out in our workplaces how to embrace them and how to bring all the rich talent to bear. And I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to educate the boomers and the old guard that you are ready. Yes, you are ready. In fact, you come pre-programmed with many of the skills that leadership is going to require in our new world to tackle all these complex problems. And I want to help millennials understand how they can amplify their impact. So, how are some of the ways that I think you're absolutely ready for this complex world of ours and to show a new brand of leadership? Collaboration. Let's think about the old leadership model. Somebody took the helm. They were there for many years. They were there for perhaps decades. And in a very precise and controlled manner, they disseminated a message to the masses. Nobody fed back anything because there wasn't a mechanism for two-way interaction. Nobody got really challenged. Not a lot of questions, and things were stable. Things were predictable. That model is over. It's obsolete. The world that we live in right now is chaotic. Multiple stakeholders, multiple channels, all kinds of varying opinions, critics at every turn. And we need people who understand how to navigate in that space. And we also need people who know how to get inputs quickly. You're the Google generation after all. You know how to do that in a nanosecond, understand something about a complex topic, and give feedback in a respectful way. You can co-create with people. You don't have too much pride of ownership, and you don't have too much judgment. Collaboration. That is going to be what the new leader needs to have in spades to engage the workforces. And I believe you already come with it. Second thing I think you have is tech savvy. So yes, other generations understand technology. And we use it. But you're the help desk, right? Right? We go to you for everything because you don't just understand it. You design it. You code it. You manipulate it. You mold it. And that is very, very powerful for growth and competitiveness. Now, you also have a responsibility. You're going to teach our younger generations how to use it. And you're going to have to teach them how to use it ethically because it's getting more complex. This is potentially the greatest way I think you're hardwired to lead. Global mindset. So, generations like mine and the ones that came before lived in a very small footprint. If we traveled abroad, it certainly wasn't virtually. It was physically, and we maybe went somewhere once in a lifetime. You know, the families that moved a couple of times, they were rare. They were maybe military families. But physically or virtually, you are traveling anywhere you're curious enough about to learn. And that brings understanding. And that brings tremendous advantage for trade agreements, for cultural exchange, and for that elusive thing that we call peace on earth. Diversity is another way you apply your global mindset. It's not about ticking boxes on a census to tell us what your gender is, to tell us what your skin color is, or what your ability is. That's not how you perceive diversity. You take it way beyond that. It's about intelligence, experiences, brains, talents, and I believe you're going to create work environments where the full person can come, where the full person feels included, and so you get all of their talents to build better solutions. And finally, values-based. My generation, yes, we can take credit for the blue boxes. We were the first generation to recycle. But you get the whole supply chain. You understand ramifications, consequences. When we do something here, a sea away, it impacts someone. And you're spending your money to send signals. You're making choices. Who you work for. Millennials will actually change employers to work for an organization that has values that align with their own, and over a quarter of them will take a pay cut to do it. Collaboration, tech savvy, global mindset sets you apart and prepares you for leadership right now. But embracing leadership, if you decide you want to stand out, that's a deliberate choice. And you got to make that choice every single day because it is not easy. Just think about our politicians. They've decided they're going to take a stand and they're going to get involved. Civic engagement, civic leadership. They get a barrage of criticism. Insults thrown at them every single day across all of those channels. Opposition saying your ideas are terrible, yet they wake up every day. And they move forward. And they recommit. And they decide because they believe they can build a better community and a better country. Think about the entrepreneur and the researcher. They have a breakthrough. They know, they can feel it in their heart, they understand it technically, and they try to pitch the idea, they try to sell the vision, and they get a bunch of people saying, we're not going to invest in that, or we don't want to work for that company because we don't yet see your vision, we don't yet buy your vision, yet they persevere. And then we have those leaders, young leaders, unexpected leaders, who come out of nowhere. We don't see it coming. The universe has conspired to put some set of circumstances in front of them, and they've decided to take a stand. Emma Gonzalez. Emma's a survivor of the Florida shooting. And I know you've all seen Emma. Emma could have decided to stay home, cry with her parents, grieve with her friends. She decided not to do that. She decided to show us her anger. She got on CNN, you might recall, in the town hall. She went toe-to-toe with the NRA, and she has created an entire national movement. Embracing leadership, a decision you've got to recommit to all the time. Now, from all the work I've done studying some of the best leaders in the world and being blessed to work with them, there are some predictors of success, millennials, that I think if you focus on, will help you get there faster. Attitude. It's the #1 predictor of success. Not a superior IQ, not wealth, not a fancy degree. Attitude. It's how you wake up every single morning. It frames every single experience that you have, and it's what other people receive. And they decide very quickly if they want to be around you any longer. Employers are going to notice it first. Investors are going to notice it first. They're going to say, that person's got a can-do attitude. I think I can trust them. I think I can trust them to manage people. I think they'd be a good role model. I think I can trust them with that presentation in the boardroom or those extra budget dollars. Attitude opens all kinds of doors for you. But it's an inside job. And millennials, in particular, your generation is self-reporting. Over 50% of you are saying, I'm at high risk for depression or anxiety. In my research, over 70% of you have said you do not focus on the positive aspects of your life. Very alarming. So I would encourage you, find ways to express your gratitude for your professors, for your family, for all your experiences in life, your friends, because when you're expressing gratitude, there is no place for fear, no place for shame, no place for negative emotions like anger, and nobody's going to follow somebody who's angry, and nobody's going to follow somebody who's scared to make a move. Gratitude will have you in place the positive mindset that you need to be in. Now, the second skill that is a predictor of success is self-awareness. People who do well, people who make impact in the world, advance humanity, they have a strong sense of self-awareness. Invest some time in those psychometric tests. They make a difference because you will learn what your strengths are. And when you learn what your strengths are, you can play to those strengths. You can seek out work in that area. Now, I'm not saying ignore your weaknesses, but don't make it your bread and butter. You will be tempted, especially if you're a high achiever. People will dangle interesting opportunities in front of you. But if it's not what sets you on fire, if it's not where your passion is, don't go for the bigger title, don't go for the bigger pay. Work where you love to be. That is where you will shine. That is where you will create fellowship. That is where you will make the biggest impact and the biggest difference. The last one, take risks. Nobody's ever achieved anything without taking some element of risk. Now, by the time you get into the workplace, you've probably parked some of your dreams. You put them on a shelf. Not now. Not for me. Maybe not ever. I want you to dust those off. When you were young, what did you know in your gut you wanted to do? What did you know set you apart? Revisit that. Take a risk and go after it. You will learn so much from risk-taking because you will fail. You will get rejected. You will experience change and how to pick yourself back up. And most importantly, you'll build this muscle, resiliency. And this is also a key leadership competency in our new world, because the jobs that you are training for, they don't exist. They don't exist. The world is changing so rapidly, you can't predict, we can't predict what is going to happen in 5 years. What's work going to look like in 10 years? So you're going to encounter a lot of challenge, a lot of failures, and this will stand you in good stead because you're going to be able to be resilient and navigate all that change that is coming, not just for you, but for the people who are working with you and the people you're leading. And if you commit to be a leader, and I know you have those prerequisites I talked about, collaboration, tech savvy, that global mindset that is so powerful and rich, and if you hone those skills, you're still going to have distractions. Maybe you'll get married, and all of a sudden, you're a partner, and you need to help somebody else achieve their dreams. Maybe you'll have children, you'll be up all night, you'll be exhausted, and you'll think, I just don't have the energy, I just don't have the clarity in my mind. But the biggest distraction you're going to face is that voice, that little voice inside your head that says, not now. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Am I capable? Am I brave enough? Do I want to lead in this way? Is it my time? And we all need you to say, yes. Yes, I'm capable. Yes, I'm strong enough. Because the world doesn't need more complacency. The world does not need more status quo. We need people who are going to challenge it. We need people who are going to push the boundaries. We need new ideas and new perspectives, and I believe so much that you are those people. Now, the rest of us who've walked this path, what can we do? I hear a lot. Well, we can just get out of the way. Don't get out of the way. Don't get out of the way. No. Step aside, yes. Make space, yes. But put your arm around the next generation of leaders. The well-educated, the intelligent, the innovative, the creative next generation of leaders. They need you to coach them. We need mentors. We need people who are going to make room on agendas, open doors, access networks. That is how we're going to build a new brand of leadership together that is going to help us solve all these complex problems in the world that are just getting more acute. Because what we need is right in front of us. Thank you.